The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 20th day of August, 2025. There are 11 days left in this replay. I don't know if we'll do 11 more broadcasts before then. Probably do a lot for the last week of the season, depending on what's going on. Our choices today are not very good. I think there's only two American League games that matter. One is the Red Sox and the Kansas City A's. We'll have the other one for you, the Baltimore Orioles, who I don't think we've had on this year, versus the Detroit Tigers from Briggs Stadium. Frank Larry gets the call for Detroit. Baltimore well under 500, playing out the string, but you get to see him anyway. The Tigers come into this one a game and a half behind the Yankees, who, despite everything, have now, I wouldn't say taken command of the American League, but it is now theirs to lose. So that's the setup for you. We'll have a game for you today. We'll have a game for you tomorrow. And then we'll see about what we're doing next week. But the Tigers and the Orioles next for you on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents 1956 Major League Replay. Today from Briggs Stadium in Detroit, Michigan. It is the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find Dave and Vinny today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. How you doing, Paul? Frank Larry gets the call for the Tigers. He is 26 years old, fastball 86. Scotty, how are you? And a ground ball plus pitcher, making his 36 of 38 starts. He won't win 20. He is a 15-game winner, however, 15 and 13 with a 3.52 ERA. Steve is working. How you doing? The Mule, 10th in ERA, 5th in wins, and 7th in strikeouts. Last pitched on the 15th, so 4 days ago, and beat the Yankees 13-1. 9 innings, 144 pitches, 8 hits, a run it was earned. However, he walked 6 and struck out 6. 276 in the third innings for Frank. 265 hits, 125 runs, 108 of them earned, 27 homers. He has walked 115 and struck out 165. The lineup for Baltimore: Dick Williams. Yep, that Dick Williams. Andy rooting for the Tigers leads off in center field. Bob Boyd at first will bat second. Tito Francona, Terry's dad, is in right. He'll go third. Bob Neiman cleans up in left. Gus Triandos behind the plate batting fifth. George Kell, Tiger legend that he is, at third base will bat sixth. Billy Gardner at second batting seventh. Willie Miranda at short goes eighth. And Hal Brown gets a call for Baltimore, will bat ninth. Larry can give you 145 pitches. Defensively for the Tigers, Charlie Maxwell an 8 and a 6 in left. Bill Tuttle an 8 and a 7 in center. Al Kaline a 10 and a 9 in right. It is pretty much all starters for Detroit. Ray Boone a 5 at third. Harvey Keene a 6 and a 7 at short. Frank Bowling a 8 and a 6 at second. Jack Phillips a 7 at first. Red Wilson behind the plate a 5 and a 4. And Larry an 8 on the mound with a 9.52 fielding percentage. Mule leg, lay off the high ones. Scotty likes the high ones. Of course you do. Dick Williams at 272 over from the National League champion Brooklyn Dodgers. 3 homers and 29 RBI. It is 79 degrees on this Wednesday afternoon, I believe, September 19th. No wind, clear skies. For Baltimore, They are 63 and 81, so this is game 145. So they'll have 9 left, including this. For the Tigers, they are 82 and 62. This is game 145, including this. There are 9 left for them, and they trail the Yankees by a game and a half. Larry starts this one with a base hit left center field. Maxwell throws it back in. For Bob Boyd, Bob having a great year off the bench. .313, a home run, and 21 RBI. Larry deals. There's a slow chopper to Jack Phillips at first, and he tags Boyd for the out. That's a bunt. That was not a... He swung at that, so not a swing, but a bunt. So it works. Williams moves to second for Tito Francona. Tito at .254, 6 homers and 58 RBI. How you doing, John? There's a ground ball to third. Boone over to Phillips for the out. 2 away for Bob Neiman. His brother Marcus owns a store. Bob hitting .330, 9 homers and 71 RBI. 2 out, Larry deals. Fly ball, left field. That's well hit. Back goes Maxwell, and that is off the wall. Williams will score. Neiman is in the second standing with his 31st double of the year. So the Orioles trying to play spoiler here. Take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. Gus Triandos at .313, 19 homers, and 84 RBI. You got a question you want to throw in my mailbag? I will tape that later tonight. John always asks the most thought-provoking questions, by the way. Pitch to Gus. Struck him out, and that will do. So 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. Larry got him to chase one out of the zone. After half an inning, Baltimore won. Here come the Tigers. So Hal Brown, Skinny, is his nickname. He is 32, making his last start of the year. In fact, he'll make 1 more than he probably should have. 6-8 the record, a 4.11 ERA. He throws a fastball at 83 and a fly ball pitcher. Yep, the Gus bus didn't get going. Brown, and Baltimore fans are asking what Brown can do for you. Last pitch 3 days ago, he went 1 inning against Kansas City in a 6-4 win. 8 pitches and a strikeout. His last start came a week ago against the Indians. A 2-1 loss, 8 innings, 109 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He allowed a home run. He walked 4 and struck out 2. 135 2/3 for Hal. 113 hits, 68 runs, 62 earned. He's allowed 19 homers. He is a pitch-to-contact pitcher. Has walked 33 and struck out 49. Scotty, of course, scouting for the Dodgers, who won the American League the National League by 1.5 miles. Harvey Keene leads off for the Tigers at short. Jack Phillips at first will bat second. Charlie Maxwell in left will go third. Al Kaline cleans up in right. Ray Boone at third will bat fifth. Bill Tuttle in center batting sixth. Frank Bowling at second will go seventh. Red Wilson behind the plate batting eighth. Larry on the mound goes ninth. And Brown should get you a complete game. He can throw 140 pitches. Defensively for Baltimore, George Kell over from the White Sox is a 7 at third. Willie Miranda, his rights didn't allow a picture-for-picture day, is an 8 and an 8 at short. Nothing to see here. Billy Gardner is a 6 and a 7 at second. Bob Boyd a 5 at first. Bob Neiman, who had that RBI in the top of the first, a 5 and a 2 in left. Dick Williams a 6 and a 4 in center, and Tito Francona a 6 and a 5 in right. Triandos a 5 and a 7 behind the plate. Brown is an 8 on the mound with a .970 fielding percentage. Harvey Keene at .340. If Harvey's batting average is the closest thing to knocking off Mickey Mantle in his Triple Crown run. has hit 13 home runs and driven in 87. Brown starts his afternoon, a fly ball left field, well hit. And Miranda pretty much goes out there to play shortstop rover to make the catch, 1 out. Jack Phillips at 301 with 25 RBI. Popped up left side, second verse for Miranda is going to be the same as the first. By the chalkboard, he's pretty much out there halfway in the alley, 2 out. For Charlie Maxwell hitting .326, 28 homers, and he's driven in 102. There is a ground ball to Gardner over to Boyd, and the Tigers go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1-0 Baltimore. So Kell, Gardner, and Miranda to face Larry here in the second. George at 264, 3-8. Read the right columns, Ron. 6 homers and 40 RBI. So what'd you guys think of the Strat football the other day? Pitch to Kell. That is laced past bowling into center field. And Kell has a leadoff single. Third hit for Baltimore already. Billy Gardner at 226, 14 homers and 55 RBI. Todd B., who was late to the party, already missed my Miranda Rights joke, but we'll give his anyway. I'm guessing Miranda was sort of a no-comment kind of guy. Yeah, he was an introvert when it came to questioning. Pitch to Gardner. Fly ball to right. K-line will grab it for the out. The most accurate football game. What makes you say that, John? I know you like it. Willie Miranda at 208, 2 homers and 46 RBI. Big Dave, how are you? And I hope you are well, too. Larry deals. Struck him out. That's 2. A full count fastball got him to chase. 2 out for Hal Brown. Brown having a remarkable year at the plate. 282 with 2 RBI. Into center, Tuttle doesn't even have to move all that much, and that will do. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second here at Briggs. Tigers trail the Orioles 1-0. So K-Line, Boone, and Tuttle to face Brown here in the second. And also, since you are my lunch bunch, Paul's been intrigued by is a Trenchant Action PC, which really is dead on accurate. But Strat PC is intriguing. So, I think for me, I mean, Dave made some pretty good changes to Action PC football last year. Open engine, really for me, makes a difference. I should see if Mr. Marshall is here. Jamie, if you're here, say hello. Pitch to K-Line. Al swings into center field. Back goes Williams, and Dick will make the catch. All right, so provided we will be down to the last week of the season next Wednesday, I believe we'll start that run. And then we only have one round of playoffs. It's the World Series. Ray Boone at 328, 29 homers, and 99. I got an RBI, and I got a Steez. Paul is currently playing some Quick Decks CFL football using the Al Wilson field. Making me think, yeah, I think that's one of the things. And Action PC got the last sale, Andy did. It is a good game. It really is. We'll talk more about football gaming in my mailbag. I gave you Ray's numbers. So a 4-game postseason. Well, in all seriousness, Scotty, we're probably going to be done the first week of September. There is a ground ball to Miranda, throws to Boyd, and Boone is retired. If it is the Yankees, I don't know how they get past the Dodgers. Famous last words. Bill Tuttle at 261, 13 homers, and 73 RBI. To make Scotty happy, the Dodgers are the first team in the 7 years that we've done this to go to 3 World Series. They've won one. They've been to three? Yes. They won it in 78. They beat the Rangers, which we did in 2020. I forgot. When did we do 49? 21? Yeah. And they lost to the Yankees in 5. And because there's only one round, they are the champions of the National League. So they are the most decorated team in the 7 years that we've done this. Pitch to Tuttle. Fly ball left center. Williams going back. Long way to run. And that will retire the side. Tigers go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the third. 1-0 Baltimore. So be top of the lineup to face Larry. Frank opening 9, 29 pitches, 2 innings, 3 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Dick Williams singled and scored his first time up. Just jinxed it. The Yankees won that World Series in 7, right? In real life? Yogi said this season isn't over yet. That's true. You never know. So if it is Brooklyn and New York, someone will be the first 2-time champion on the channel. You imagine Mickey Mantle and Casey Stengel with their shampoo singing "We Are the Champions," especially with Casey's slaughtered English. Pitch to Williams. Dick swings. Ground ball to Keene at short. Long throw to Phillips. And Williams is out on a bang-banger. Or as Dave Gardner would say, out by an eyelash. I watched some of his Texas-Boston game the other night and saw Bob Stanley pitch. I really tried to get DoorDash to deliver me some liquor. Bob Boyd bunted his first time up. That's a base hit, right field. K-Line throws it back in. So my question is, in that 3.5 month interim between the end of 56 and the start of 86, what do you guys want to see? The Dodgers could have a meltdown like a certain Boston team did. You never know. The thing is, if it's the Yankees, I mean, you just never know. And that's why we do it. Tito Francona is 0 for 1. That is up the middle. Keene steps on second for 1, throws to Phillips, and Tito is retired. That is a 6-3 double play after 2.5. No runs, a hit, and no errors. It's Baltimore 1, Tigers nothing. More Emily during the break between seasons. 62 was a fun replay. Yeah, but I can only have the 3 months. Frank Bowling is hitting .270, 9 homers. You've done that in OOTP, haven't you? And 52 RBI. Pitch to Bowling is a fly ball right center. Back goes Williams, and he'll make the catch. 1 out for Red Wilson, hitting .352, 10 homers, and 54 RBI. Emmy was already singing at the door, Paul. And you never know. I mean, that's the beauty of a short series, is you just don't know what's going to happen. If Don Larson throws a perfect game, I would, that would be incredible. There is a ground ball to Gardner over to Boyd, and Wilson's retired, 2 away. For Frank Larry, hitting .220, a home run, and 12 RBI. Bowling and basketball. Tournament or King of the Hill? I was thinking tournament. Scotty, what did you think of me playing the Strat football? Pitch to Larry. Frank swings. Ground ball to third. Kells got it over to Boyd for the out. And that'll do. 9 up, 9 down for Hal Brown. We go to the fourth. 1-0 Baltimore. Hall of Fame Strat football would be interesting. So Neiman, Triandos, and Kell to face Larry. Neiman doubled home the lone run of the game, Dick Williams, in the first. There is a line shot to ground ball to Bowling over to Phillips. for the out. Never, yeah, King of the Hill. I never. How you doing, Barbara? Barbara, by the way, loving Strat Baseball. Whoever sent that to you, what a godsend. Even if she did beat Scotty's stinky Dodgers. Here's Triandos. Gus struck out his first time up. Larry deals. Struck him out. That's 3 for Frank. 2 out here in the 4th. Joe Cards is wonderful, isn't he? Was he your Secret Santa there? George Kell singled his first time up. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Maxwell. Charlie to the track, and that will retire the side. Orioles go in order, 3.5 down. Baltimore 1, Tigers nothing. What year was the first edition of Strat Football, Scotty? And Vinny is wonderful, by the way. We'll talk about Vinny in the when I did the mailbag. 49 quick decks. Yeah, Vinny is great. Vinny is absolutely fantastic. All right, standings. Brooklyn has won the National League by. I mean, look, Milwaukee is 15.5 out. They would be a first in the American League. Brooklyn 101-43. Cincinnati 31.5 out, and they're almost a 500 team. In the American League with 11 days to go, the Yankees a game and a half and a magic number of 9 over Detroit. Somehow, some way, the Red Sox are still in this. They're 2 back. Chicago and Cleveland are picking the wrong time to fade. They're 6 out. They still have a chance. Cleveland's tragic number is 4. You know, I'd thought of that, Todd. There's 7. I thought of that. A Retro Sports League World Series winners. I like that idea. Harvey Keene is 0 for 1. And I would get to pick the wild card team. That would be cool. Kind of like a battle of the bands. I like that, Todd. Keene 0 for 1. There is a fly ball to left field. Neiman going back. 1 out. Yeah, Todd, that is a wonderful idea. You know, you get to see the 78 Dodgers that way. Scotty would vote for that. We don't have a Giants team there. We don't have a Red Sox team. Jack Phillips 0 for 1. Opening 10 for Brown. 32 pitches and 3 1/3. That's it. Pitch to Jack. There is a ground ball to Kell. Long throw to first. 2 out. Now, who would I pick for the wild card team? Would I take the 88 Reds? You know, I just said that, Andy, and I looked over. The 88 Sox as the wild card because they should have won that World Series. Charlie Maxwell is 0 for 1. I like that. It would be the equivalent of the $100,000 pyramid. Pitch to Maxwell. Struck him out. Brown, 12 up, 12 down. Got him swinging through 4. 1-0 Baltimore. The first Strat football came out with the 67 season. I like this idea. I've never done King of the Hill. Golf would be an interesting one to do that with. A King of the Hill, because you could do that. Billy Gardner 0 for 1. Fly ball, left field. Maxwell moving over, and that will find the seats. Somebody from Ann Arbor made that catch. It's 0-2. Scotty, was the AFL on that too, or just the NFL? A King of the Hill would be let's say you take your favorite team and someone challenges them. So in this case, for golf, for instance, if I did Jack versus Tiger, and the winner of that would be King of the Hill, and then we'll say that Tiger wins, and then the next time out somebody challenges Tiger, and then if they win, they become King of the Hill. You stay king until somebody beats you, essentially. Is propane involved, like Hank Hill? Depends on how much Taco Bell you eat before you watch. Pitch to Gardner. There's a fly ball, right center. Tuttle will make the grab, 1 out. For Miranda, who struck out his first time up. There is a fly ball, shallow left center. Tuttle coming in, rides a Schwinn, 2 out. Todd would challenge Tiger with a supermodel. There you go, 18 holes. Maria Sharapova versus Tiger Woods. Hal Brown, 0 for 1. Tuttle, as in Captain Tuttle. Pitch to Brown. Ground ball to Larry, who can't make the play. He got the glove up, it bounced off, and Brown reaches on the air. For Dick Williams, who was 1 for 2, he singled and scored the game's lone run in the first. Larry, 18 batters, 63 pitches, 4 2/3, 4 hits, and 3 strikeouts. So the 6 teams that would have been automatically in the field, it would be, if I can remember, it would be the 82 Expos, the 78 Dodgers, the 49 Yankees, the did 78, 82, 85, so it would be the 85 Cardinals, the 2001 Mariners, and the 88 Reds. Pitch to Williams. There is a line shot to right in front of Kaline. Brown on his way to third. Kaline will try it. And Brown is in there. I think we would take the 88 Red Sox as the wild card, and whoever wins the World Series this year. I kind of like that idea. Bob Boyd singled his first time up. Runners on the corners, 2 out. That's a pretty strong group of teams. There is a ground ball of bowling over to Phillips, and that will do. Halfway home on a gorgeous day in Burlington. It's not 90,000 degrees. Orioles 1, Tigers nothing. Andy, I don't think the rain is supposed to go that far, come this far north. 1-0 Baltimore halfway through. A run on 5 hits, no errors. No runs, no hits, and an error for Detroit. The game's lone run came in the first, a Bob Neiman double to score Dick Williams to make it 1-0 Baltimore. Hal Brown has struck out 1 through 4. Everything else is a bagel. Yeah, our grass is brown, Andy. Frank Larry, 5 innings, 5 hits. The run was earned, and he has struck out 3. What did you try? So what is in your $250 salad? Kaline, Boone, and Tuttle here in the 5th. As I told my mother the other day, look, it's the second week of Wimbledon out there in our yard. Fly ball, right center, Tito, 1 out. In fact, Tito makes a sliding catch, his 10th of the year, to make the grab. For Ray Boone, 0 for 1. Trying to think In this assemblage of teams, the winningest team, I think, would be the 0-1 Mariners. But it would be awful hard in a short series to beat John Tudor and the 85 Cardinals. Not that Scotty wouldn't be putting everything on the 49 or the 78 Dodgers. Scotty's grass is a little dry, but you want your grass dry, Scotty. Jeez. Some peas, some green beans, and tomatoes. Peppers. All right. Do you or the missus can anything? Boone's 0 for 1. Ray swings. Left center field. Neiman going back. 14 straight. So Brown is cruising. Here's Tuttle. 0 for 1. Left field. Back goes Neiman. And that is gone. There goes the perfect game as Tuttle has tied this up at 1. So Bill Tuttle into the seats, and it's a 1-1 game. Wow. So there goes the perfect game. There goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. And the Tigers are singing the Bee Gees. Make tomato sauces. Barb has raid. That's true. The late 70s Dodgers. I mean, the Rangers were not as good. Dodgers won that World Series in 5. It's interesting because you'd have, this is what, year 7. So you have 4 late 70s, 80s teams and 3, you got the 0-1 Mariners and 2 classic teams, so whoever wins this World Series, and the 49 Yankees. Bowling 0 for 1. There's a punch in the left. Neiman is there, however, and that will do. So the oopsie to Tuttle, and that's it. 1 run for the Tigers on a hit and no errors. We go to the 6th. Orioles 1, Tigers 1. So Francona, Neiman, and Triandos to face Larry here in the 6th. It would be a nice variety of teams. I mean, they all have impressive stories. I think the Expos may be the biggest surprise of them all. That was the first year we did it. They beat the Orioles in 6. Walked them. Leadoff walk. Larry didn't like that call. Full count fastball missed upstairs for Neiman, who doubled home Baltimore's only run in the first. The Reds are interesting because I think they are better than in that group than you would think. They didn't get the publicity. The Dodgers obviously won the division in real life, and the A's and the Mets were considered super teams. Pitch to Neiman. There is a line shot to right. Kaline will grab it. Throws to first. Francona back. Todd B says the 82 Expos would be the sentimental favorite. Bigger question, would you play Cross Era? The game will do that a little bit, as you know. John, throw to first. Francona back. Paul says Retro Sports Network scoring update. It is over in Hamilton as the 82 Tiger Cats demolish the Montreal Concorde. 39 to 3. And 8 or 3. 39 to 8. Triandos struck out twice. So it would be the standard mix. So I think, it depends on teams. One of the great things about the computer, we wouldn't necessarily set an era. So whatever the standard setting is. I don't think that would jeopardize too much whoever wins this World Series or the 49 Yankees. I mean, you got Yogi Berra, you got Joe DiMaggio, you got Ali Reynolds. I think they'd be fine. There is a ground ball to Larry. Bowling for 1, Phillips for 2. How about that? A 1-4-3 double play. We're through 5.5. Francona with a roll block slide, but Bowling was already throwing to first after 5.5. No runs, no hits, and no errors. Orioles 1, Tigers 1. The interesting thing, Red Wilson, by the way, 0 for 1. Wilson, Larry, and Keene here in the 6th. If it is Brooklyn, you got 6 Hall of Famers. If it is the Yankees, you got Mickey Mantle and Whitey Ford. I mean, there's all sorts of Hall of Famers. Struck him out. Brown got him a 2-2 fast or 2-2 off speed below the belt. 1 out for Larry. Frank 0 for 1. Brown deals. There's a chopper past Boyd into right field, and that's the second hit. So opening 18 for Brown, 67 pitches, 5 1/3, 2 hits, the home run from Tuttle, and 2 strikeouts. You have the option of cross error or statistical averages. Cross error levels the playing field for, say, a 49 team playing against 88. I mean, oh, that's the walks. That is true. 49 is full of walks. What do you guys think? Normalization or go as go? Keene 0 for 2. Up the middle past Gardner for a base hit. So Larry will hold at second. First and second, 1 out for Phillips. John, as usual, brings up very good points. Jack is 0 for 2. Maxwell on deck. There's a ground ball to Miranda. Willie Gardner for 1. Boyd for 2. How about that? 6-4-3, and we're through 6. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th here in Detroit. Baltimore 1, Detroit 1. So Kell, Gardner, and Miranda to face Larry here in the 7th. I suppose the other big thing, especially with a 40s team and a 50s team, is bullpens, which for the Red Sox is a sore subject. Kell 1 for 2. Ground ball to third. Boone stops it, throws to first. 1 out. For Boone, this may be his last game of the year. Gardner 0 for 2. Yeah, see, I would just kind of let catch as catch can. Most of what I do is stock or in that strap basketball thing, same era. I mean, really, the 82, 83 Sixers aren't that much different from, let's say, except for talent-wise, as opposed to the late 80s Pistons. They're both teams are going to shoot it about 100 times a game, and no one was really doing a lot of threes. Pitch to Gardner. Struck him out. That's 4 for Larry. 2 out. Gardner chased an 0-2 fastball. Here's Miranda, 0 for 2 in the strikeout. When John did the King of the Hill with Steve Tate's 3-year slices, the 66 or the 06 Cubs threw the cover off the ball, hit a ton of home runs cross era. Yep, I could see that. Through week 9 of Paul's CFL 82, Hamilton leads the East with a 6-2-1 record. They do overtime then. In the West, it is Warren Moon's Edmonton Eskimos. They are 6-2. Pitch to Miranda. Ball 4. A real-life Division II college sports update. Hey, my niece, by the way, before I read that, Scotty, starts her, I believe, D3 or D4 field hockey career this week at Vermont State University, Castleton. Anyway, Western Washington University starts another dominant fall sports season with women's soccer at home, volleyball next week. With the way those Cubs pitched, absolutely, I would take them too. 3 or 5 years apart at most, yep. Paul plays a lot of baseball from teams of different eras. I don't adjust anything in the settings. No overtime in 82s. Okay. But that would be my temptation, is to see what would be what. Because, again, outside of the bullpens, I don't remember the Yankees walking a ton of hitters. Pitch to Brown. To short. Keene across to first. Stretch time. 1-1. It'll be Maxwell, Kaline, and Boone to face Hal Brown here in the 7th in a 1-1 tie. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Baltimore. Yeah, missing photo? Yeah, don't get me started. Baltimore's left on 5. Tigers a run on 3 hits, an error, and they have just left on 1. Still need to get you over, Paul, to have some food with us. Pitch to Maxwell. Into center field. Back goes Williams. And Dick will make the catch. 1 out. Kaline 0 for 2. Steve says it never fails. Look forward to these new games and something always. Well, that's why we do them on demand too. So if you missed it, it looks like that the off-season project will be all 7 Retro Sports Network's world champions and the 88 Red Sox in a tournament. Yes, Todd Cheech certainly is unique. Maybe Chong should come to visit to calm him down. Kaline, left field, center field. Williams makes the catch. Had him played perfect. 2 out for Ray Boone. Paul was out with your 14-year-old at Costco on Sunday. You do the dogs there? Have the Rough Riders played the Rough Riders yet? Yep. Nothing says CFL like the Rough Riders versus the Rough Riders. Popped up left side. Kell, familiar with this field, by the dugouts, and that's a foul ball. Andy's been playing around with ChatGPT and clear photos and fields. Yeah, I bet the food court is there. So you come here, or is there one in Plattsburgh? Or do you go down to Glens Falls? Pitch to Boone. There's a fly ball left field. Neiman will make the catch, and that'll do it. We go to the 8th. A tight one here. Baltimore 1, Detroit 1. So Larry, 27 batters, 101 pitches, 7 innings. My home turf. That would be the closest one, yeah. 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. And what does a 14-year-old want to do besides not avoiding the crowds at Costco, but to see some idiot her dad watches play fake baseball? Can't say as I blame you there. Williams 2 for 3. He has singled twice and scored. There is a ground ball to third. Boone across the way to Phillips. 1 out. For Bob Boyd, Bob is singled. He's 1 for 2 and has a bunt. There's a line shot to Boone, and there's 2 away. So Larry has pitched quite well. Francona is 0 for 2 with a walk and also grounded into a double play. Todd is waiting for someone to develop a new game using new ideas and algorithm to develop a baseball sim. What do you think would be missing? Concords are Montreal, Steve. They were the Alouettes. I think they kind of went under. Someone rescued them, turned them into Concords, and then the franchise failed. And so the current day Montreal Alouettes are not the same franchise as the old Alouettes. Andy, I had to tell my mom that story the other day, Andy. Prefer meeting who's an internet celebrity? In alleys next to parking lots and eat French dip. Well, that's true. There was a stretch when the Alouettes, Chat GPT can do interesting things. It certainly can. Yep, and then they became the Alouettes again. Francona, by the way, 0 for 2. Tito, base hit into center field. Tuttle cuts it off, and the go-ahead run is on with 2 out. For Bob Neiman, Bob 1 for 3. He has a double and drove in Dick Williams in the first. Throw down to second, and Francona has his 11th steal of the year. So a 1-strike count, go-ahead run in scoring position for Bob Neiman. That is a ground ball past Phillips down the line and right. This will give the Orioles a lead. Francona scores. Neiman is going to third, and he's got himself his 7th triple of the year. And the Orioles go up 2-1. And if you're a Yankee fan, you are rooting for the Orioles. It'd be crazy after all this that we get the Yankees and the Dodgers, wouldn't it? Triandos 0 for 3. He has had himself a bad day. He has grounded into a double play and struck out twice. Did you see someone tried to make an app a card with Chat GPT, or was it a strat card, and they missed numbers? Wilson and Larry have a word. Frank deals. Got him. So Triando strikes out for the 3rd time today. Baltimore, however, goes ahead. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Baltimore 2, Detroit 1. So Tuttle, who homered in the 5th, Bowling and Wilson to face Brown here in the 8th. Andy made a picture of your 3 dogs playing poker with Chat GPT by providing those pictures. 2 of those dogs have passed, including one. Aww. That's sweet. That is sweet. Tuttle. Ground ball to third. Kell over to Boyd. 1 out. For Frank Bowling, who is 0 for 2. Now, Hal has chat on a need-to-know basis. How would we seed these teams? Pitch to Bowling. There's a fly ball center field. Williams would make the catch, and there's 2 out for Red Wilson, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I've never played Euchre. I've done bridge. I have it in my Hoyle card collection. Red Wilson 0 for 2 with a K. 2 out here in the 8th. Brown deals. Right center, Williams running a long way, but Dick will make the catch, and we go to the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Baltimore 2, Tigers 1. Random. I like that idea. I like random. So really no seed. John says, I use Microsoft Copilot to draft your Field of Dreams team. It helps with figuring out the equivalent for the Negro League players in a normal 154-game schedule. They're getting better with it. I pay for Claude, which I like. George Kell, 1 for 3. Larry will try to finish this one out. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Baltimore. They've left on 6. Tigers a run on 3 hits. An error. Larry will be pinch hit for because he leads off the bottom of the 9th. And they've only left on 1 today. That's pretty efficient. Pitch to Kell. Ground ball to first. Phillips. 1 out. For Billy Gardner, who is 0 for 3 with a K. Larry's pitch. There is a liner to left. That will drop in front of Maxwell. Baltimore could use an insurance run here. Miranda 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Also, if you haven't had the chance to watch some of the 3,000 hours of Strat football we did over the weekend, your honest thoughts on how watchable that is. Steve's dad had a twin brother named Claude, and your dad's name was Clyde. So when your grandfather got drunk and couldn't remember which was which,
Stop it.
throw down to second, and Gardner's out. So Billy tried to get greedy, and Wilson threw him out. A 1-strike count, 2 out. For Miranda. So pinch hitter Keene and Phillips to face Brown in the bottom of the 9th. In a Claudia DeVita, baby. Struck him out. So Larry's day is done. He fanned 6. He's on the wrong end in a must-win game of a 2-1 score. So Larry will come out, and it will be Jim Small, right, to pinch hit. The infamous Reno Batoria is done with his suspension, and he won't see the field after pretty much starting a fight the last time we had the Tigers on. Small as a pinch hitter, 371 with 15 RBI. Overall, 393, no homers and 27 RBI. With a card image, very watchable, okay? Well, the reason why you don't see the field was all those pink boxes. And so for me, that's just covering up the field. Right back to Brown, over to Boyd, 1 out. So Detroit 2 outs. They need 1 to tie and 2 to win. Hal Brown, 27 batters, 94 pitches. He has been magnificent today. 8 1/3, 3 hits. The home run belongs to Tuttle, and 2 strikeouts. In fact, he retired, I believe, the first 14 he faced before Tuttle took him deep. In fact, it is 14 because I can add. So Keene 1 for 3 with a single. 1 out. Struck him out. That's 3 for Brown. Last chance saloon is Jack Phillips, who is 0 for 3 today. He has grounded into a double play. And so the Orioles, who at 63 and 81 didn't really get a chance to play on the channel, making the most of their appearance. Does the car on Delphi have any field helpers for Strat football? I'm sure that they do, but again, there is a driver conflict with Windows 11 and the programming for Strat football, which causes those pink boxes to show up with everything. So that's why the dice and the card image went over that. So it wouldn't drive me bonkers. And again, I just bought the game for me to play. I wasn't sure how much we'd actually stream it. Pitch to Phillips. There's a ground ball to third. Kell across the way. Hal Brown is going to be your MVP, and the Yankees are loving this. The Orioles have beaten the Tigers on this Wednesday by the score 2-1. So 2 hours and 1 fake minute. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Baltimore. They left on 6. The Tigers, yeah, that's the one they had to win. A game, and it's going to be hard to get past New York. The Tigers, a run on 3 hits and error, and they only left on 1 runner. Hal Brown goes to 7 and 8. That's right, Todd. I was selfish. Brown, 7 and 8, 9 innings, 3 hits, the lone run, the homer from Tuttle. He struck out 3. He faced 29 batters on 100 pitches. Mike in the truck, how are you? Frank Larry takes the tough loss. 9 innings. He goes to 15 and 14, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. So the Yankee lead is now 2. And their magic number is 8. The rest of this Wednesday in baseball, let's see. The Dodgers beat the Cardinals 8-1. Don Newcomb goes to 24-7. Puholski 11-13. Jackie Robinson hits his 14th, goes 2 for 4, and drives in 3. No highlights of anything. Doubleheader at the Polo Grounds. Giants and Cubs split. Cubs win the opener 1-0 in 11. Turk Lone goes to 5-11. Hearn falls to 4-14. And Valentin Valentinetti picks up his third save. The Giants win the nightcap 9-5. Littlefield 4-6. Hillman goes to 0-1. Brandt 3 for 4 with a double. The Redlegs beat the Phillies in 11 in a doubleheader. The first one 3-2. Black 5-2. Is that Joe? Miller 7-5, and Wally Post hits his 27th, 1 for 4 with a walk. In the nightcap, it's a sweep for Cincinnati. They beat Philadelphia in the Midlife Crisis Bowl. 11 innings, both games. My goodness. Scantlebury 2-2. Flowers falls to 2-3. Brooks Freeman really picks up his 12th save. Cleveland beats Washington 6-4 in Cleveland. Bob Lemon goes to 16-13. Clevenger 1-1. Herb Plews 4 for 4 with a triple. The Red Sox in 11 beat Kansas City 2-1. Susie goes to 3-4. Brunet 1-1. Ike DeLock picks up his 11th save. So the Dodgers are now 102 and 43, and the Red Sox are now in second place. No games on Thursday. So tomorrow's game is a rather big one at Fenway. It'll be the Yankees and the Red Sox. And we'll have it for you at noon Eastern. Now, Monday's games is scheduled to be that Cleveland and Detroit score in Foytac. We could do a doubleheader because Larson and Porterfield have just been picked up for coverage. So that would one of those games probably on Monday. So here is the games from the last week of the season. You got Chicago and Detroit. That could mean an awful lot. Washington and Boston. Oh, Red Sox catch a break. Yankees do too because they go down to Baltimore, and Cleveland hosts Kansas City. Chicago and Detroit scheduled for the 26th. Again, we'll figure out the rest of it. The last Thursday, no Thursday games. And so here's the last 3 days of the season. Detroit at Cleveland. Boston in New York. Chicago at Kansas City. So that's what we got for you. Incredible. Yankees a 1.5 games on Boston, 2 over Detroit, 5.5 over Cleveland. Chicago's luck may have run out. They are 6 back with now 9 days to go. Red Sox Yankees at lunch tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming in. Tomorrow is indeed a Thursday. So, no, there is a game tomorrow, Todd. There is a game tomorrow. Yankees, Red Sox tomorrow at Fenway. And it apparently is very, very big. All right. Till then, I'm Ron Jeckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Yankees and the Sox from Fenway Park. So long, everybody.